So this is
5
from
this
the
morning.
president. There will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. After that, and the selection of a great and acceptable leader, we and many of our wonderful and brave allies and partners will work tirelessly to bring Iran back from the brink of destruction, make it economically bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Iran will have a great future. Make Iran great again. And thank you for your attention to this matter. Speaking of Make Iran great again, the president loves being on the cover of Time magazine, but I'm not sure this is the cover that he would want. This is the president, the latest cover of Time magazine. 105, Make Iran Great Again, Red Hats. 106, here's what the president told Time. They got an interview, asked where Americans should be worried about retaliatory attacks at home. Trump acknowledged the possibility. Quote, I guess, he says, but I think they're worried about that all the time. We think about it all the time. We plan for it. But yeah, we expect some things. Like I said, some people will die. When you go to war, some people will die. Democrats will have a field day with this quote, I'm virtually certain. The war still seems to be going very well from a tactical battlefield point of view. Fewer and fewer Iranian strikes. The UAE rallying now, putting economic sanctions on their putative ally in Tehran. The U.S. military, the Israeli military continue to have very robust briefings talking about all the targets that are being hit. There have been mistakes. Civilians have died. Some Americans have died, although no reports of any additional Americans dying since the initial 6. Thank goodness.
Thank God.
And the Iranian foreign minister went on NBC last night to try to win the title of this century's Baghdad Bob. Here he is with Tom Yamis, 104.
Tehran Tom.
And I asked Iran's foreign minister about whether his country is prepared for a possible ground invasion from American troops. Watch this. President Trump has not ruled out boots on the ground in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You are waiting for the U.S. military to invade the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
So you're saying that Iran is ready and willing to take on the U.S. military if there were to be ground troops?
Well, we were ready for this war even more than the previous war. So you can see, the quality of our missiles, how much they are upgraded after the last war, because we learned lots of lessons. And we are prepared for any other eventuality, even, a ground invasion. So our soldiers are prepared for any scenario. When I said that we are waiting for them, it didn't mean that we are waiting for continuation of the war. No, but we have prepared ourselves to confront with any scenario, with any eventuality, any possibility, and we know that we can handle that.
Okay. Kevin, what's your sense of where the war stands right now?
I mean, one of the more interesting elements now that we're seeing, and my big fear is what Hezbollah is doing in Lebanon. And I think that would be, that's the big fear, I think, for Israelis as well. I had dinner with an Israeli last night talking about those concerns. If Hezbollah gets involved with the sheer number of rockets they have directly over the border, you have a lot more time from any missiles coming from Iran to hit targets around the region. There's more of a warning time. With Hezbollah in the north, that's not the case. So you're seeing, obviously, Israel take out elements now in Lebanon as part of this 7 days in. I think that would be one of the more critical choke points that the Iranians can do in the short term. The other thing, too, is that we're seeing, obviously, command and control, we talked about this yesterday, has been decimated. A lot of these operators are now operating independently, the missile strikes and things like that. But we haven't seen indications really of a breakdown in terms of folks defecting, folks staying home, not engaging in response, which is something that was hoped for, I think, as part of this in terms of the Iranian military, the Revolutionary Guard taking a step back, saying this isn't worth the fight. So those are the two things I think that I'm watching, at least into this weekend, too.
Larry, how do you see the war right now?
I think it's every person that I've interviewed that has military experience in the Middle East have said that this couldn't have gone any better at this point for the U.S. military and for our allies in Israel. They are very much diminished and depleted, despite the foreign minister of Iran saying otherwise. The amount of rockets and cluster drones that they've been able to shoot over the week has diminished precipitously, and they've lost command and control. We have complete control of the airspace, and as I said, it's just a question of cleaning up things in the Straits of Hormuz before we've got complete control over the sea. I think that the war is going very, very well from the U.S. perspective, despite the loss of 6 American lives.
Hey, want to be part of the two-way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes and more, always available on this channel. You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing. You can now listen to full episodes of The Morning Meeting and Two Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.